Watching. This is going to be my first stream of Bloodborne. This is something that I've wanted to do for a long time and just never have done. It's probably my favorite game and probably one of the games that I have the most memorized, so I'm just kind of doing this for the heck of it. And I'm going to go ahead and warn you now. Might be a little rusty with the controls, but we will hopefully get through this.
Oh, yeah. Pale blood. Well, you've come to the right place. Yharnam is the home of blood ministration. You need only unravel its mystery. But where's an outsider like yourself to begin? Easy, with a bit of Yharnam blood of your own. But first, you'll need a contract.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, I am not good at doing character customization. Um, so we're gonna do a little bit of customization, but not a ton. If you don't like how my character looks, then I will apologize, because this is just not something that I normally do. Okay, let's take a look and see what starting class we want to go with. We got Milk Toast, Ordinary, Happy, Emerging, and all attributes are average. Lone Survivor. Survivor of the Lost Hamlet, High Life Essence, and Vigor. Basically going to have a lot of health, more than anything else. Troubled Childhood. Highly resilient as a result. A lot of endurance, you got a lot of stamina, you got a lot of skill points as well, so if you want to do a skill-based playthrough, this is probably the one you would want to go with, I believe. Violet Past, rash but strong, Fort, strength build. I might actually do a strength build, I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. Professional, born specialist, fit for sleuthing or academia. Actually, I take it back. It looks like the highest skill stat would be professional. But Troubled Childhood has a lot of it. Has more endurance. I still think Troubled Childhood would be better. Personal opinion. Experiences war. A soldier with strength and skill. Not bad. Noble Scion. With faith at your degree. Skill and blood tinge, so good if you want to use a specific weapon later in the game. If you want to start out with this, you can make any character what you want, so it's not really that big of a deal what you pick right off the bat. So let's see. Cool fate. Face terrible hardships, but now confident in your purpose. And then Waste of Skin. The lowest stats of any character class starting out. But best in terms of being able to level up how you want early in the game, so to speak. Thinking I might go with the Violent Past. I'm not 100% certain, but I'm thinking I am. I usually, to be completely honest, start out as a Milk Toast, just because I like having the average stats. I think I'm still going to stick with the Milk Toast, actually. I like having variety in weapons, and starting out you get a little variety. Let's do that. Oh boy. We'll go with a mature voice. Build. Standard. Slim. Very slim. Burly. Very burly. Burly upper body. Burly lower body. Small head. Large head. We're going to go with standard. Baseline skin color. Whew, the pale boy. That's what they mean by the pale blood right there. Good grief. We'll just start out with that one. Face details. We gotta do what we normally do. And at least change the hair a little bit. I think we're gonna go with the kind of spiked up in the front a little bit. Hair color, not gonna mess with. Beard, there we go. We'll give it that one. Because that's actually kind of how my beard normally looks. Scruffy and uneven. So we'll do that. I'm not going to mess with much of anything else. I just... Not really good at that kind of stuff. Age. Enter a name. And the question comes, what kind of a name do we want to give him? And it doesn't look like I have anybody watching, so we'll just have to figure it out on our own, I guess. Let's see. We'll just do that. And here we go. Finalizing contract. Shining coins. Various coins that are particularly luminous. If I do this as a full-on Let's Play, I don't know if I want to mess with the Chalice dungeons, to be completely honest. It's just... Ugh.
Good. All signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry. Whatever happens, you may think it all a mere bad dream.
Well, that's highly unusual. Oh. That one back there just terrifies me.
Ah, you found yourself a hunter.
Yosefka's Clinic. I know it begins with an I, but her name is actually pronounced Yosefka. You find that out later on. And it does not open from this side. Alright. Entrance scroll. Seek pale blood to transcend the hunt. I'm a terrible reader, so just as a heads up, we'll do my best not to sound too juvenile. Treat woman with care. You hear that, gentlemen? Treat your women with care. Beware of Clinic. It's the scourge of foul spirits. It depends on who you ask. R1 is right attack, right-handed weapon. Wah, wah, wah. And we do not have weapons at the moment, so it's going to have to be just the hands. R3 is lock on and release. Time for hunting. Now, what they don't tell you is O is sprint. At least not at first. We're gonna move away from this location as quickly as possible. gonna... Nice little trick for anybody who's starting this game out. Keep in mind, if you're opening a door, you are invulnerable. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Whew. Oh, hello, friend. And here's your first lantern. Oh, jerk followed me around. Leave me alone! Whew. I'm gonna be honest with you, I have never had anybody chase me that far up before. We're gonna... And we will eventually kill things with fire. This is... He can't go down. Bye-bye, bad guy. What do we have here?
Oh, you must be a hunter.
What gave it away?
And not one from around here either.
What gave it away?
Gilbert, a fellow outsider.
Ah.
You must have had a fine time of it. Yarnum has a special way of treating guests. Well, I don't think I could stand if I wanted to, but I'm willing to help if there's anything that can be done.
Well, thank you.
This town is cursed. Whatever your reasons might be, you should plan a swift exit.
Oh, I plan to.
Whatever can be gained from this place, it will do more harm than good.
Of that, you are correct, sir.
Pale blood, you say?
I didn't say it, but okay.
Never heard of it. But if it's blood you're interested in, you should try the Healing Church. The church controls all knowledge on blood ministration and all varieties of blood. Across the valley to the east of Yarnum lies the town of the Healing Church, known as the Cathedral Ward. And deep within Cathedral Ward is the old Grand Cathedral, the birthplace of the Healing Church's special blood, or so they say. Yarnumites don't share much with outsiders. Normally they wouldn't let you near the place, but the hunt is on tonight. This might be your chance. Across the valley to the east of Yarnum, you'll find the Cathedral Ward. Deep within lies the old I haven't heard of pale blood. That's your best bet if it's anything to do with unique types of blood.
Well, thank you. As far as the VR goes, Britain, if it's cheap, or if you already own it, then yeah, let's give it a shot, because I've actually been interested to play it. I've seen some live streams of it. Forgot you can quote-unquote transform your hands. Alright, we're gonna go to the Hunter's Dream without having died. I will say one thing about this game series, like Soulsborne, Dies Twice, however you want to put it, the whole franchise of FromSoft games, directed by Miyazaki, as well as the person who directed Dark Souls 2, which I can't remember his name. Just the music is always fantastic. Just always fantastic. Okay, now which one do I want? I normally start out with the saw cleaver, or the threaded cane. So I think I'm going to do the hunter axe, just simply because I normally don't use the hunter axe. And then the hunter pistol, in my opinion, is the best firearm to start with. What do we have here? Ah, a notebook. Actually a very valuable item to use.
Aha! You must be the new hunter. Welcome to the hunter's dream. This will be your home for now. I am Gammon, friend to you hunters. You're sure to be in a fine haze about now, but don't think too hard about all of this. Just go out and kill a few beasts. It's for your own good. You know, it's just what hunters do. You'll get used to it.
A hunter must hunt.
This was once a safe haven for hunters. A workshop where hunters used blood to enhance their weapons and flesh. We don't have as many tools as we once did, but you're welcome to use whatever you find. Even the doll, should it please you.
No, thank you.
This was once a workshop where you're even.
Alright, you're just repeating dialogue, so I don't need to be speaking with you anymore. Let us see. Ha ha ha! Warren Messenger Top Hat. You have little top hats! I love it! It's great. Alright. These right here are your chalice tombstones. This will be important later on. This is actually the tombstone for the DLC, but you will find that later on. And we don't have any insight, so we can't buy anything there. And you, sir, probably don't have anything that I really want to spend my blood echoes on at the moment, so we're not going to mess with that at the moment. And one of the best characters in all of Soulsborne games, an abandoned doll. Alright, to equip. Here we go. One of the things about this game that I like so much is the transforming weapons. You just boom, transform, attack, transform, attack, transform, transform. So many cool combos that you can perform, and every combination has some form of unique attack. Giant sweeping attack, whirlwind attack, smash attack. I could keep going on, but you get the idea. And all of these little dudes show somebody dying in here. That's what these are, for anybody who doesn't know. It just shows you how they died. He killed himself. We're going to go to the first floor sick room, because we left a couple items behind, as well as, if I remember correctly, there's someone we can speak with.
Are you out on the hunt? Then I'm very sorry, but I cannot open this door. I am Yosefka. The patients here in my clinic must not be exposed to infection. I know that you hunt for us, for our town, but I'm sorry. Please. This is all that I can do. Now, go. And good hunting. Are you still... But I have nothing. Please. I can only pray.
Okay, so pay attention to how her speech patterns are and what she has told us to do. And as the game progresses, things change a little bit. And if you really start digging into what happens to people in this game, you understand why. And it's actually kind of sad, because she seems like she really does care for people. Yeah. Yeah, you're correct. It is the real Yosefka. We won't get into that until later. And here's the funny thing, okay? So now there's even more messages on the floor. Now it tells you how to roll quick step. Tells you how to open up the menu. Tells you how to shoot your weapon. Tells you... Oh, it's the same thing as last time. It doesn't give you these until after you potentially have died, which I find completely hilarious. Because even right here... Which this may be a player. Yeah. So what we're going to do... We're going to do this. Jerk. I will take those blood vials. I will take those blood vials. So one thing about this game that I'm not a huge fan of is having to farm for Quicksilver bullets and having to farm for blood vials. When you've played a lot, you don't really have to worry about it so much. But early on, farming is almost necessary, especially if you're inexperienced, because you will be using a lot of blood vials. Even somebody who's experienced, like me, doesn't mean I won't be using a lot of blood vials. One thing to make sure and use is your regain system. I'm probably going to leave my axe closed for a little bit. Anytime you take damage and your bar turns a little orange, make sure and continue to hit them if you are able without dying, because you will get some of your health back. Oh, crap. Even after they're dead, if you can hit them while they're still somewhat standing, you will get some of your health back. Alright. The nice thing is, if you want to go up the ladder faster, hold down O, and it doesn't use stamina. In the Dark Souls games, or at least Dark Souls 2, I think, it does use your stamina. But in this one, it does not, which is very nice. Alright, before we go any further, we're going to equip that. Now these little pebbles are some of the most useful items, especially early on in the game. Alright. And early in the game, if you're ever playing these games early on, especially when these games first come out, make sure and read the notes, because as of right now, you're seeing a lot of notes that are left behind by old players, or people that have just recently started playing again, and so on and so forth. There we go. Spectres are usually useful if you've never been in an area before. Alright. So like here, you can lure just one of these guys. There we go. We're gonna come down here and we're gonna open this up. there's a biggin down there, and it's not worth fighting him. So my recommendation is, unless you just want the challenge, don't bother. It's just not worth fighting him, literally. He gives you some blood echoes, but nothing substantial, so something to keep in mind. What do we have here? A lantern? I wonder what that means.
Are you that outsider? Well, sorry, but I don't want anything to do with you. Trot along, will ya?
It'll be that way. Another reason why I chose this particular weapon over the saw cleaver is there is a weapon that I can find later on. There we go. That is very similar to the saw cleaver, and you find it. So, I wanted to do something a little bit different than what I normally do. Gotta get used to not having stamina. Alright. Now if you've noticed, whenever you pick up an item that has a little green square, it's actually being sent back to your stash, which, for blood vials and items of that nature, you actually replenish anytime you die or go back to the hunter stream. Bloodstone shard. Blood vial. Hey, buddy. Alright. Let's see. That's on the other side, so I don't want to pick that up. Oh, I say don't. I can't pick that up yet. This is an area you just kind of want to take your time in. It's not hard, just you want to be cautious. Now, there we go. That's what I wanted. Careful of the rifle dudes, because they suck. Oh, it's ugly. Come here. Go. The bullets travel fairly slow, so you can kind of predict where they're going, which is nice. They're still very dangerous. like that. That hit pretty hard. Okay. Alright, let's see now. Another rifle. Oh yes, please, please come up here to your doom. Alright, since I've got a somewhat decent stockpile of blood vials, we're gonna do that. Alright. Oh, there's a guy up there. I knew one was missing, I just couldn't remember where it was. I just couldn't see him. Okay. I think that went pretty smooth, actually. Ah ha ha! So I will take that. Would you look at that? A secret path. Wouldn't you know?
I don't reckon you're from round here. Well, stuck outside on a night of the hunt. Oh, you poor, poor thing.
Well, that was very nice. And yes, I plan on going after the biggin. Don't worry. I got plans for that biggin. Whoop. These crows are... Oil. I wonder... Alright, biggin. Oh, wow, I messed that up. I need to get closer. There we go. Why, thank you. Alright. More Molotovs. And an important item in the game, so important that I literally am equipping it right now. Believe it or not, the torch is extremely useful. The way the lighting in this game works, if you have your brightness set to where they want you to have it, which I rarely ever do in games, you will hardly be able to see anything. Like, at all. So... torch. Good. There's also an area later on where having it out at all times actually really helps. This is something to bear in mind. Alright. We'll take the secret path. We'll take that just to be on the safe side. We're going to take the secret path. Reading comment. Yes, the leeches are part of it, but actually if you go into one of the early areas in the game, it's useful for some of the enemies that are there, because they won't attack you. They're a lot more passive if you have the torch out. And if you didn't know, these guys can be killed while they're in their kennels, and I highly recommend it, because they can actually break out of their kennels. And I have been surprised many a time by that happening. And guns on dogs actually works really well. Just as a heads up, if you're getting overwhelmed, super useful. It actually knocks them away from you and does pretty good damage to them. And trust me, we're not going all the way this way yet.
Oh, you're a hunter, aren't you? Then, well, do you know of any safe places?
I'm not gonna knock yet, because I have a safe place, but we're not gonna send you there, because it's not really safe. Alright, let's see. We're gonna go here, because up here is ba-da-da-da, Gold Dew Blood. Alright. And this right here is the reason why the torch is such an important item. Because you can kind of see his outline, but like I say, if you have this, your brightness setting set to where they want you to have it, you're not going to see him. And this guy always drops Quicksilver bullets. Pungent blood cocktails. Useful, but not something that I enjoy using. When the hunt began, the healing church left us, blocking the great bridge to the cathedral ward as old Yana burned to the ground that moonlit night. Interesting. Don't need the torch out anymore. Oh, wow, it actually hit me. Got my health back, though. I will take it. And I will take that Bloodstone shard as well. And if you notice, we're actually back at the very beginning of the area. Ta-da! Ha-ha! And since all the enemies in this area have been cleared, I can actually run back to where I am wanting to go. Oh. Wow. Just wow on that Burton. Just wow. Oh.
Lads, you've come on. You'd open the door on a night of a hunt. Away with you. Now.
Away! Away! I'll remember this. When I'm sending people to a safe haven, you won't get to go. Literally, there's nothing I can do about it. He can't go. Oh! Holy crap. Oh, I forgot about this one. Awesome. Alright. And later on in the game, you can actually get runes that you can equip to yourself that will allow you to carry either more bullets or more blood vials. And something to pay attention as well. If you look at the little dot underneath the silver bullet icon, see that? When your weapon is transformed, it's yellow. When it's in its normal state, it's normal. So something to keep in mind if you're not sure for whatever reason. It's just a nice little indicator. Nothing super amazing, but it does help to have it. One thing to keep in mind, dogs need to be the first thing on your priority list. They don't have much health and they don't necessarily hit hard, but they stagger you every single time. Funny thing is, I knew I wasn't going to get that guy. Dogs are usually the first ones to spot you, too. Oh, crap. Ooh. That is by far a first. I have never been backed into a corner right there before. I'm surprised I survived. Oh my gosh. That could have been really bad. Oh, there we go. Wide sweeping weapons. Good choice. And if you have played Dark Souls 2, this right here is so reminiscent of Dark Souls 2. In the main area of that Majula, there is a well that if you knock a stone into it, a body pops up and gives you a valuable item. And as a matter of fact, if you play Neo 2 and you see a well with a stone on the edge of it like that and you knock it in, you get items from it as well. But disappointingly enough, you get nothing from that. So, disappointing, but you know, what can you do? Alright. And that's a big nope from me going that way. That is a big nope. Well, yes, the characters in this game say some interesting things. That is for sure, Britain. Alright. More pebbles. Unfortunately, they are not fruity pebbles. Fantastic cereal. Gives me stomach issues when I eat it, though. Still can't figure that out. Only cereal I've come across in my entire life that does that. Alright. Hidden path awaits ahead. Only problem I have with that note is it is right here. Alright, now we gotta be careful because down here these enemies are not lightweights. These enemies hit very hard, but they hold something very valuable. Just gotta be careful. And I don't think he will actually come far enough for me to do a dropping attack, which is disappointing. Oh, he will, actually. I've never had him do that before. This is a day of firsts. Played this game for, oh gosh, I don't know how many hundreds of hours. Not as many as some people, that is for sure, but... Hey, buddy. I thought I was further away than that. Apparently not. I cannot get over how much reach this weapon actually has. I've never really used it that much before, and I think that's the reason why. That dude right there is no freaking joke. You can get a parry on him, it would be ideal. Nice. Awesome! Whew. And it gave blood vials. Fantastic. Okay. Alright, let us see. I hate these stinking narrow pathways. Thick, cold blood. He's not following me. Not yet, anyways. Most aggressive rats I have ever seen in a video game. Okay, good, 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 good. Okay. Whew. I'm gonna go ahead and heal. Throwing knife, interesting. Again, I don't think I've ever seen a rat with a throwing knife in this game. I don't know, maybe it's just me. They actually don't really drop much for me in the game in Bloodborne. For some reason, rats don't really drop much. Okay, hopefully I don't die in this fight. I hate fighting those guys. They always put me on edge. Those are some enemies that just always put me on edge. And now we actually have armor. Now we are true hunters of Yharnam. I say we, I am a true hunter of Yharnam. I just love the way the clothes flow in this game. The heck was that? That was weird. I was like, what the heck? And it's, somebody apparently died right there. Alright. We have slowly made our way through this. And now, what we're gonna do is... think what would be our best course of action. Because technically speaking, we don't have to go that way. We don't have to. Because a lot of people think that the Cleric Beast is the first boss of the game, and sort of. But the Cleric Beast is actually optional, and a lot of people don't know that. You really don't have to fight the Cleric Beast. I think we're going to go progress forward, get a few more things. We're going to play the cautious game, so to speak. Because I've got over 4,000 blood echoes at the moment. And I don't really want to risk losing them to the Cleric Beast. I think I can kill the Cleric Beast my first try. I've done it before. But I'm the cautious type, as you have very well seen while watching this. That's not even fair. Alright. Come on. There we go. was on an uneven surface, that's why I couldn't get the visceral attack. I love ragdoll physics. I love ragdoll physics. Alright, now. If you didn't know, there's a little secret area right up here. With a character that is, by far, one of my favorites in any of the Soulsborne franchise. Not my favorite, but one of my favorites. Probably my favorite in Bloodborne.
Oh. A hunter, are you? And an outsider? What a mess you've been caught up in. And tonight of all nights. Here, to welcome the new hunter.
A bold hunter's mark ×4. Useful item allows you to, I think it's return to the last lantern or return to the hunter's dream without losing any items, which is extremely useful.
Prepare yourself for the worst. There are no humans left. They're all flesh-hungry beasts now. Still lingering about. What's wrong? A hunter unnerved by a few beasts?
Maybe.
No matter. Without fear in our hearts, we're little different from the beasts themselves.
This is very true.
What are you still... Enough trembling in your boots. A hunter must hunt.
A hunter must hunt. A hunter must hunt. By far one of my favorite characters in this game. If not my favorite. No, I take that. She's one of my favorites in all of this FromSoft games, but I think there's only one other character in Dark Souls that I like more than her. Alright, so gotta be careful here. Alright, got that. My stick seems to be swerving to the side. That's not good. Whew. Alright. Here we go. Now... video game physics. Also, if you see that little aura around you, that means you can activate your regain system as well. There we go. If I don't have to fight you directly, I'm not going to. I will take those bullets. Wrong button. There we go. The timing is still off for these guys. I've never been good at parrying in this game. It was just one of the reasons why I didn't do as well in Sekiro as I thought I would. Got all the way to the final boss. I was very proud of myself for that. Got all the way to the final boss and stopped playing to take a break. And my break lasted longer than it probably should have and lost all muscle memory for that game. And still have not defeated the final boss, which is extremely disappointing, because it is a very good game. Ahaha, see, saw spear. This was the weapon I was telling you about. Attacks very similar to the saw cleaver. A little bit different, has a little bit more range, a little less damage, but it's nice to have a variety of weapons in this game for different purposes. It's like that right there. faster movements, less damage but faster movements, which is actually really nice in some instances. To be completely honest, if I ever get invaded while playing, I actually like the Blade of Mercy, which is a special weapon. You can only get through a specific quest line, and that quest line is hard to complete, but get it. That is my favorite PvP weapon, hands down, in the game. Not my favorite weapon. That is reserved for another weapon that I'm going to do my best to get as early as possible because it is just fantastic, and a lot of people call it cheap to use, but I love it just because of how it looks and how it operates. It's a freaking awesome weapon. Alright. Come in here to fight. There we go. He's down. We're gonna go ahead and take these guys out real quick. Alright, got most of my health back that I lost. Pick that up. There we go. Alright. Now, if y'all are interested, I can actually do a co-op play with someone later on. I know I have a friend of mine that would probably love and leap at the chance to do so, as he loves the game, I would say, almost as much as I do. But if anybody's interested, that is something I can do, is I can do a cooperative play. I will say a lot of people think it's cheating, but the bosses in a lot of instances actually become more difficult in cooperative play. If you want to see a single player run through and watch me go through and try to beat everything by myself, then I can do that as well. I'd say put comments down below, but there's probably only one of you watching, and if it's the person I think is watching, I already know what the answer is going to be. So, there you go. Right now, I'm just going through and getting all the items, all the XP, and everything in between before I go after any of the bosses. Oh, we have a comment. Let's see. My one commenter has said he would like a cooperative playthrough. Alright, let's see. Where is the item? There it is. Crap, I missed. Right before I fell, I knew I was going to miss it. That's super disappointing. Well, I will tell you right now, if you are wanting to do a cooperative playthrough, I would highly recommend you start up a new character, because I would like to do this with brand new characters, brand new everything. Get to the same point that I am at, and we'll go from there. If for whatever reason somebody else watches this video and would like to play, I would tell you do the same. There we go. My stick for my joystick is just really not working the way it should. I was having an issue playing Destiny last night where my character just moved sideways. So. Alright. Absolutely love the level design in most of the areas of this game. Yharnam is actually probably one of my favorite level design areas for Bloodborne. Just, I love how everything is so well interconnected. And then oil urns. nose itches today. Alright. These Madman's knowledges are super important, especially for early in the game, because you can only speak to a specific character to level up if you have at least one insight at the beginning of the game. Most people... Crap. Get their insight from seeing a boss for the first time. But if you go around and explore the area, you don't have to worry about it as much, because you can get insight from Madman's knowledge. Super useful item to have. And what do we have here? Do you hear the music box?
Who are you? I don't know your voice, but I know that smell. Are you a hunter? Maybe it's through look for my mum. Daddy never came back from the hunt, and she went to find him, but now she's gone too. I'm all alone and scared. Really? Oh, thank you. My mum wears a red jeweled brooch. It's so big and beautiful. You won't miss it. Oh, I mustn't forget. If you find my mum, give her this music box.
Ah ha ha ha!
It plays one of Daddy's favourite songs. And when Daddy forgets us, we play it for him so he remembers. Mum's so silly running off without it. My mum wears it so big and beautiful. Oh, and if you please.
All I'm going to say is a very tragic story indeed. And this right here is another shortcut. I'm actually going to go through and show you where it is located. Where I nearly died earlier, and where the biggin was banging on the door. Again, love the interconnectivity of this level. I just absolutely love it. The art style of this game is by far one of my favorites for sure. The armor designs as well, just super interesting, super unique for a lot of points. Now this is something that I find interesting. You look over there, you see that little glowing spot right there? Just almost looks like a ball of light. That is where Eileen is. You can't see Eileen from here, but you can see that glowing spot. And there's nothing there, but you can see the spot. It's just interesting. Find it extremely interesting that that is there. I think it's meant to catch your eye and try to figure out how to get over there. But I don't know. I just find it extremely interesting that there's just a little glowing orb there where she's supposed to be. Oh wow, that could have been extremely bad. It's falling from here, I would probably die. Scratch that, I would die. Alright. Not a fan of these guys. If you actually pay attention, they spew they have green blood. So if you actually look at the axe and you look at my character, I've got a little bit of red, and my axe has a whole lot of green. It's like the enemies have salsa, and there's the red kind, And there's the green kind. But the funny thing is, it's the only enemy in the game that has a different colored blood, aside from one other, but even then it's different. Oh crap. Ah, goodness, I forgot how good the reach they have. Pebble? Yeah! Now watch out the rafters down here, because if you'll notice, there's some crows above them. You don't really want them falling on you. And if you're never sure of a body, if you get close, hit the lock-on button, and you'll find out whether or not they are dead. Why is there a dead dog down here? Again, a day of firsts for Bloodborne. Alright, and again, because I am the cautious type, we're going to go unlock another shortcut before we go any further. Why I didn't visceral is beyond me. But I'll take this. Go ahead and pop that. Alright. Now this, oh, by the way, if you didn't know, actually leads all the way back to this area right here, where we came through the dark house, and went up where the lantern is. So, very largely interconnected, which is something that I absolutely love. And if you know the paths very well, you can usually take alternate paths and so on and so forth. But this elevator would not move unless you got it from down there. It is actually locked in that position until you come and get it from this slot. You can't pull the lever until after you've done this. So, and normally, a lot of people go across the bridge. I don't do that. I actually take my chances down here for three reasons, actually. For one, this piggy is actually worth killing. I just gave him a prostate exam. Believe you me, it was not pleasant. It gives you a decent amount of blood echoes. Guaranteed to drop blood vials. Guarding a cold dew blood. And a Saw Hunter badge, which allows you to take it back to the bath merchants and buy additional items. Very well worth coming down here for killing him for blood vials, but you also get the Saw Hunter badge. Now, one thing to keep in mind. Yeah, Woeful Nightmare. Very well put. Don't go down there. Unless you want to die. Then feel free. I cannot tell you how to live your character's life. But then, if you come up here... you can actually trigger a glitch to where he actually takes a lot of damage, and then he kills all the dudes down there. Neat little trick if you didn't know about it. Let me come down here and check on that. Blood vials? Blood vials. So many different ways you can do it through these areas, and that is one of my favorites because that glitch doesn't always trigger, but when it does, it is awesome. So before we leave and go back to the Hunter's Dream, come up here and I'm going to show you a little sneaky trick. This guy will come after you. Come on. Come on. You know you want some of this. You know you want some of this. Come on. Didn't go as planned, but I got him. Again, my timing for those guys is always off. Never been good at that. Now this guy right here, I hate these guys with the silver spikes. If you're just a little cautious. There you go. Dead. And more Bolt Hunter's marks. So there you have it. Now, if you come up here, which I'm not going to go all the way in, this is where Father Gascoigne is, and you can fight him. Like I said, a lot of people think Cleric Beast is required. It's really not, but it is a good way to get into the game and figure out, oh, this game's not going to be easy. And he is an interesting fight, but has a few weaknesses that I can show you how to exploit. If it goes properly, because in this game, things don't always work out the way you think they should. And if you actually go this direction and go upstairs before we leave. Couple of dudes in here. Cold dew blood. And there's a guy right here. Not gonna visceral him because no point. But you remember those two werewolves I just said nope to earlier? This is why I said nope. Because you can come this direction. And that's where that item was earlier. And that is where the Cleric Beast is at. And we got the big one right here. by far no master at this game. Get some of that health back, just because. What the heck? There we go. And then, like I said, Cleric Beast is right down that way. But we're going to be, again, cautious with what we do. I'm not one to want to lose things. I'm confident that I could go in and win, but I don't want to take that chance. Because my overconfidence could be my weakness. So before we go back to the Hunter's Dream, we need to use one of these. And off we go. Okay. Look who is now awake.
Hello, good hunter. I am a doll, here in this dream to look after you. Honorable hunter, pursue the echoes of blood, and I will channel them into your strength. You will hunt beasts, and I will be here for you to embolden your sickly spirit. Very well. Let the echoes become your strength. Let me stand close. Now shut your eyes.
One thing I do want to point out, and this is a FromSoft thing, characters, when they're speaking, do not move their mouths. Except for one character in all of the Soulsborne games. One. He's a character in Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3. He's the only character that moves his mouth, and I find that to be extremely interesting. Don't know why they do it that way, but that's how they do it.
Did you speak with Gehrman? He was a hunter long, long ago, but now serves only to advise them. He is obscure, unseen in the dreaming world. Still, he stays here, in this dream. Such is his purpose. Ah, the little ones, inhabitants of the dream. They find hunters like yourself, worship and serve them. Speak words they do not. But still, aren't they sweet? Ah,
yes.
They speak. Farewell, may you find your worth in the waking world.
Another thing to point out, if you're ever talking to anybody at all in a FromSoft game, talk to them until their dialogue repeats. Beckoning Bell and the Silencing Blank. And then there's the Old Hunter's Bell, which was added with the Old Hunters DLC. So just as a heads up on that one. And what we're going to do is we're going to put that there. That there. Put the notebook there. Then we'll leave that blank for now. So if you didn't know, personal effects, just kind of a quick slot menu without having to go through that. And Gehrman, where have you gone? workshop table. Now, this is a good idea, is to go ahead and repair anything. Now, if you notice, the durability is a little ways down. Goes physical attack, blood, arcane, fire, bolt, quicksilver, bullet usage, and the durability is sitting at 214 out of 250. Not too bad. I could go ahead and repair it just to be on the safe side, just because if you're not careful, your weapon can break and it does next to no damage. So now let's take a look. Let's see if we can... There he is. You can actually, if you're lucky, get a bit of dialogue from him. A lot of things that happen in this game are fairly random, but you can get a bit of dialogue out of him periodically. Look at this. Insight merchants. And right there for a 1 insight is the small resonant bell. We're going to buy that. And you can actually ring that one to help other people. Big one is to have people help you, little ones to help others, and then the silencing blink is to stop the ringing. You can actually even purchase the sinister resonant bell, which allows you to invade other people's games. Them. We might try that later on if, you know, people demand it. And by people, I mean the one person who's probably actually watching this. But as you can see, we can now actually purchase the saw cleaver, the saw spear, the hunter axe, and the threaded cane. We can purchase all of these items now, and we can actually purchase the Yardam armor. I have the hunter armor that I found, so I'm not going to bother buying this armor because it's just there's no point. But there's different things that you can come across as the game progresses in terms of badges, and each badge unlocks different things. You can also sell items in this game, which is extremely useful. And I'll tell you what, I don't really want to... I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to buy some stuff. We got literally 0 blood echoes and 0 insight going into the fight against the blood-starved beast. Oh my gosh, that's not until later. The cleric beast. So we're gonna go to Central Yardam, which is the lantern near that shortcut that we were just at. The sad thing is that Chief Hunter emblem that they have up on the screen right now has to be purchased. And it is not cheap. At all. And I don't think he'll have anything new to say.
Across the valley deep with I haven't, that's your...
Okay. Periodically, as you progress and do different things in the game, come back and speak with him, because he will give you stuff. One of the things that you'll find interesting as well is if you look at these guys, they're actually transforming into beasts, yet they swear that they're hunting beasts. And it's just an interesting thing to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. The biggin hasn't triggered yet. And I will read that comment in just a moment. That did not transform the way I wanted it to. But do you really become a beast? That is why there are hunters of hunters. I wonder. Oh my gosh. Again, a day of firsts, have never been able to sneak up on this specific guy. Huh. Well, there we go. Alright, so we're gonna do things a little bit different. Alright. Gonna go into this fight and we're gonna be ready. And hopefully, this goes my way. Like I said, I'm confident that I can beat him, but we'll see how it goes. And there he is. And if you notice, you gain an insight. And boom! So if you shoot his head, he actually, if you shoot it enough times, becomes vulnerable. Good night. Not the button I meant to hit. Got him. Whew. It's the one thing I hate about fighting big bosses in this game. The camera. And I now have the Sword Hunter badge. And a lantern. That fight really and truly could have gone better, but I was victorious without dying, so I'm not going to complain. I'm going to light that, and then we're going to go back to the Hunter's Dream. I really should have been a bit more cautious with the up-close fighting, because that dude can hit hard. Alright, so now, if you actually come in here and look, he now has new weapons that you can purchase. Or a new weapon, which is the Kirk Hammer. So right now, my Saw Spear does, or my Hunter's Axe does 198, this does 105. But the scaling gives me plus 15 versus the Hunter Axe, which gives me a plus 8. So if anybody is unfamiliar with how scaling works in these games, it goes from D all the way to S. The higher the letter, which S being highest, the higher the letter, the better it is. Now, the problem that I'm running into right now is I don't have enough strength to actually wield this weapon. I need 2 more points of strength. So, if I'm going to use that, I've actually got to level up, but then I'm going to run out of echoes.
Welcome home, good. What is it?
This is not my favorite weapon in the game,
Well. Let me
but it
stand.
is similar to it. And there we go. I now have more strength.
Farewell. May you find your...
Thank you. Alright. Now, we're going to take a look and see how much repairing I need to do. Not much. Oop. Yes, the Ludwig sword is by far my favorite weapon in this game. My second and third favorite, which in no particular order because they're tied, is the Whirligig Saw and the Moonlit Greatsword, both from the DLC. The DLC is by far the best part of this game, hands down. So now, because I want to use the Kirk Hammer, we're actually going to use some items. I don't remember how much these give me, but we're about to find out. 1,500 for that one, so I just need 1,000, which this is probably... Yeah, that's exactly what I needed. Boom. Alright, so now, question is, we're going to switch that out for the Kirk Hammer. This thing is a beast. Now, the sword part is actually really nice because you get a thrust with the R2, you get some nice swings with it being in sword mode, so it's actually a really good weapon for that. And transformed, it's a freaking hammer. Very powerful hammer. And the attack pattern is actually similar to Ludwig's Holy Blade. Not identical, but very similar. And if you... which is awesome to watch. Just love the patterns for these weapons. So the Hunter's Axe and Ludwig's. Or not Ludwig's, but the Kirk Hammer. Are the 2 weapons I'm going to be running for a little while. And now, we're actually going to go back to the first floor sick room, because somebody might be a little different. And my wife has just woken up from her nap and is now playing Animal Crossing. Everyone watching this stream, which is probably just Britain right now, say hi to my wife! As she waves in silence. Alright. So we're going to come up here because I think this might be when things change.
You are safe, thank goodness. But I'm afraid nothing will change my mind. I cannot open the door. Please, try to understand my position. I pray for your safety.
Well, there we go. Things have not changed. We need just a little bit more to happen before things get a little bit different with her. Oh, I forgot he doesn't respawn anymore. Interesting. Britain says hi, by the way. She says hi back. Alright, so now we're going to see how this weapon operates. So, not the greatest damage in sword mode, but you can get some good combos out of it, which is nice. I'll be honest with you, I have never really used the Kirk hammer, so this is going to be an experiment in and of itself.
Yes, but the great...
he says nothing.
There, an aqueduct. Not a place you'd normally want. I don't imagine you have much, do you?
Okay, his dialogue isn't really a whole lot different. Alright. Come on. Oh crap. Wrong time. Let's try that again. It's crazy just seeing this thing flinging things around. We're gonna go ahead and just top that off. Go. And it feels like the transformation animation for this thing is actually longer than the Ludwig's Holy Sword. At least when you're transforming it initially. One thing you might want to do as well while playing this is equip that tiny music box. There we go. Like I said, a good place to farm for blood vials and get a decent amount of blood echoes is to kill the giant pig. Alright. We're going to try and take down Gascoigne without any issues. Again, I'm not going to hold my breath just because I know how this game goes. I was successful with the Cleric Beast, but Gascoigne is another animal entirely, and I mean that literally. Alright, come on, glitch again, glitch again, glitch again. Yes! Oh, crap. There we go. Ah, dang it, I don't have my... I unequipped my pebbles. Another thing to note with any enemy in this game is you can actually damage them and do extra damage if they've been staggered, not just with a visceral. Sometimes they actually take At least to me, it seems like they actually take more damage while they've been stunned. I could be wrong. Again, like I said, I am no expert. But free hits are free hits, even at that, if nothing else. Yeah, more blood vials. I will take it. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, with this fight, you can use the tiny music box. But if I remember correctly, I think you can only use it a maximum of 3 times with effectiveness. And I could be wrong. But we'll find out. I really wish I had the Blade of Mercy for this fight, because it actually works really well in this fight for my playstyle.
Beasts all over the shop. You'll be one of them, sooner or later.
And if I don't talk, it's because I'm concentrating, because he's a bad man.
What's that smell? The sweet blood. Oh, it sings to me. It's enough to make a man sick.
Oh, crap. Come on. I'm about to die. Oh crap. Oh crap. Okay, I'm just gonna call shenanigans on that fight because the music box only worked one time. Got freaking close. That's what's irritating. It's so close, and then I couldn't get away from him. But, as you can see, there's a reason why I like using the heavy weapons, because of the stagger. We're actually... we're going to do this a little bit different. because it's just going to keep checkpointing me at that same lantern, and I want to be as close as possible so it doesn't take so long to get to him. Sad thing is I only have 2 Molotovs, and combine that with the oil, it did a lot of damage to him. Really? I just want to get this strong attack because it's so hilarious to see you get flattened. Oh wow. I like straight up killed him in one hit. And sadly, if I don't succeed in defeating him this time around, I am probably going to turn it off for the night, just because of how long I have been playing, and I need to take a little bit of a break. And this time, I'm actually not going to... Well, I wasn't going to mess with the pig, but... But why not? There we go. Down for the count. And then up here, you don't really have to kill these guys. I normally do. Since this is more of a boss-focused run-through right now, I'm not gonna mess with them. Really? Really? Oh, wow. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I almost had that. Oh my gosh. Some of the most difficult fights in this game are the other hunters. Oh my gosh.
Too proud to show your true face, eh? What a sporting hunt it was.
Interesting dialogue. Huh. Well, unfortunately, that is going to have to be the end of the stream for me because it sounds like my daughter is awake and not particularly happy. So, thank you for watching, if you did. If you didn't, then maybe you'll consider watching, even though if you haven't watched, you wouldn't know that I'm asking you to watch. In that case, maybe more people will watch next time. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, we're going to end it right here, and then we'll pick up where we left off. I am interested in knowing how many blood vials do I have in my inventory. Does it tell me? No. That would be very helpful to know. Anyways, but thank you for watching, and I will hopefully be streaming this again sometime soon.